A day after the first pay-per-view of the new era, WCW established the program starting with the New Blood celebration after winning all the belts last night in Chicago at Spring Stampede. In addition to last week's widely praised debut episode drawing Nitro's highest rating in 3 months, a big sign of the impact with increased interest coming from the show was Thunder 2 days later showing a massive bump, doing a 3.1 rating, making it the highest rated Thunder since June '99. Along with that, preliminary reports show Spring Stampede to do the most pay-per-view buys in months, as positive signs of momentum could be seen in the company. Russo introduced new champion Jeff Jarrett, with both taking shots at Jim Ross, saying that he wanted to hold Jarrett down. Bischoff came out with Kimberly after turning on Paige last night, with Paige arriving to the building minutes later, starting a big brawl with Flair, Sting and Luger disguised as security. Hogan arrived in the parking lot minutes later, going straight to the ring, cutting a strong out-of-character promo, referring to himself as Terry the Man, speaking as opposed to Hulk Hogan. Hogan responded to critics saying that he might be getting old and losing a step, calling out every wrestler in the back who think they can take his spot as a lead dog to come out. Hogan said that Bischoff and Russo can try to hurt Hulk Hogan, the character, like they did in the past week, but when they're messing with the man and his family, Terry has more heart than both and any wrestler in the back. Kidman showed up on screen with Hogan going after him all over the building in a show-long angle. The debuting Chronic Tag Team were placed in the crossover segment just when Raw was about to go on the air, interfering in a tag titles #1 contender match, laying out both teams, cutting a promo on Russo and calling out every team in the locker room. With the first head-to-head quarter also featuring a Vampiro Sting segment. Perhaps in response to increased numbers from the competition, the WWF already advertised in advance their opening segment, running commercials promoting a Triple H vs Chris Jericho match to start Raw. Jericho came out to open the show, insulting Stephanie again, bringing out Hunter to the ring. The match, which was originally promoted as non-title, changed with Jericho challenging Hunter to put the belt on the line, starting the show hot in front of a hot crowd in State College, Pennsylvania. After contractual issues going on during the week on Mike Awesome between both WCW and ECW, the situation ended up creating a scenario where all three companies indirectly working together, as the WCW performer Mike Awesome dropped his ECW title on an ECW show on April 13 to a WWF performer in Taz. Awesome wrestled Paige as Nash came out from the crowd to get him back for last week, laying him out with a powerbomb through a table. Jericho and Hunter went 8 minutes, with Jericho bringing out Farouk and Bradshaw as protection, ending up with Jericho winning after a fast count as the building erupted in a huge pop for the title change. After a commercial, Hunter and Shane went backstage to the referee's room, dragging Earl Hebner to the ring for the post-match segment. Triple H demanded the match to be overturned and deleted from history. Earl said that he turns the match only if the McMahons promises to never touch him again as long as he works in the company. Hunter agreed as Jericho came out to hand over the belt, ending the segment with Hunter and Shane attacking Earl after firing him in a great heat segment. The match and segment gained around 1 million viewers to a 6.7 rating. WCW's big segment of the night was next after a Luger vs Douglas match with Hogan finding Kidman in the parking lot, with the idea of Kidman luring Hogan with Bischoff waiting to run him over again with the Hummer. Hogan took control, throwing Kidman in a dumpster with Eric running away from the building. Hogan then destroyed the dumpster with the Hummer and drove after Eric outside in Rockford. The segment, along with the Luger match and Flair reveal, did the biggest gain of the night with over 700,000 viewers to a Shopeka 2.3 rating. Moments later on Raw, before a Hardy Boys vs Eddie and Rios match, Linda McMahon arrived for an unadvertised appearance, saying that she has a special announcement to make regarding Rock and Backlash. WCW's main event was built through the show, with a mystery partner signing to wrestle Jarrett after issuing an open challenge, leading to Jarrett telling Russo to convince him to drop the match. The opponent ended up being Scott Steiner, having the match won with the recliner until Booker interfered to save Jarrett the belt. WCW then went 2 minutes past the top of the hour for the conclusion of the show, with Hogan and Eric back in the building, ending up in the ring with Russo and Bret Hart coming out to end the show in a cliffhanger. By that point, the big intrigue was Linda's announcement. Linda came out saying that Rock is outnumbered, and after watching what happened at WrestleMania she decided to put someone in Rock's corner to even the odds, announcing the return of Steve Austin, with the crowd blowing the roof off the place. That brought out the faction, with Stephanie trying to change Linda's mind before attempting to slap her again. This time Linda reversed to another huge pop, starting a Shane and Hunter fight in the ring as Rock's music hit, exploding the Penn State crowd. Rock ran down the faction before turning to Backlash. Rock said that he had no problem with the current situation, but the situation now got better, saying that everybody knows about Rock and Austin's history, but one common thing is that they both never liked Hunter. Ending the promo saying that there's no way he's not taking the belt at Backlash, to conclude an all-time great segment and one of the hottest hours of Raw in show history. The segment started at a 6.3 rating. The second part, after the announcement with Rock coming out in promo, gained huge to peak the night at a 7.7 rating. Vince McMahon was in Europe and off television this week, building up his response for next Monday's Raw. Minutes after the announcement, Triple H said that he's not done with Jericho tonight, booking a 6-man tag with Jericho and the Acolytes against DX. Kurt Angle was in the Penn State campus earlier for a series of comedic skits preaching to the students until Big Show showed up. JR on commentary indirectly took a shot at both other companies when explaining Taz coming out with the ECW title, saying that on his day off Taz casually just went and won the ECW title in under 3 minutes. Another sign of the company loading up the show was putting on 5 title matches on the night. With the second hour after Nitro went off the air, gaining big to do one of the biggest overall rated hours in Raw history with a 7.2 rating. The main event saw Triple H obviously getting his win back, pinning Jericho clean to end the show with DX.